Alright, so we're going to be doing a firearm tier list. Probably going to do them in order unless something stands out to me or have a train of thought with them. Best to worst, and then let's get it. So FNH, Belgian firearm manufacturer, FN Herstal, Fabrique Nationale de Herstal, produce some very high quality guns. FN 2000, FNP, FNX. Got some more newer semi-automatic handguns that I'm not really familiar with, but definitely top tier. Know how to design, know how to manufacture. Um, They make some really, really good shit. Definitely got the price to match. And historically, I've also made John Moses Browning designed firearms. So whatever Browning had to design, FNH would be the one to actually manufacture it. So terrific designer, manufactured some of those influential firearm designs in history, small arms designs. Um, so for tier, I'm probably gonna have to give them. I'm gonna have to give them A tier, simply for the quality, but due to prevalence and everything, and I can't quite put them in God tier, S tier, but they are an absolutely high quality firearm, as best as they come in terms of just straight up quality and everything. Um, I can't tell. Yeah, IWI, Israeli Weapon Industries. Again, same thing. Make some high tech things. Not too familiar with their complete lineup, but they make the X95 Tavor, um, very high quality guns and everything. Some of the better bullpups out there. Kind of among the few bullpups that don't suck, and FNH makes a bullpup that also doesn't suck too, which is FN F2000, but bullpups are not everyone's standard. But IWI doesn't, make pistols really or shotguns. They don't really do a whole lot, so the quality is definitely there. I'm gonna probably place them in B tier because I don't need anything particularly exciting or great or anything like that. Mossberg, kind of one trick pony. Generally long guns, shotguns, inexpensive, reliable, not particularly exciting. Have been used in military. Everyone swears by Mossberg 500s, 590s, but generally speaking, that's all they make. Some talk about quality's gone downhill in recent years, but I disagree with that. They're still solid shotguns. Kind of one trick pony. I would rank them higher if they had a more wide variety of selection, but I'm gonna have to go B tier on that one. Their shotguns though are just they're just god tier. I prefer them over Remington shotguns for that reason. Colt. Colt is next. So Colt is the popular gun brand that everyone likes to hate on. They've definitely trimmed their offerings in years, but their quality is beyond most gun makers. I mean, you got the original Colt Python, Colt Anaconda, Colt Single Action Army is just iconic. Manufactured a lot of John Moses Browning's designs and everything. I mean, the Colt Python is regarded as the finest handgun ever made. Anaconda is the strongest framed 44 Magnum revolver ever produced. Cylinder walls are proof to 66,000 psi. Um, Lots of high-end guns and everything, and plus their Colt LE 6601 AR platform, regarded as one of the finest consumer ARs ever made. Gonna have to go with S tier on that. Don't have the best offerings these days, but their quality is undeniable. Plus, when it comes to the 3-inch Defender 1911s, Colt, unsurprisingly, was the first one to actually get the reliability down of 3-inch 1911, 3-inch barrel 1911s. So just the sheer quality and everything, and pretty much one for one, they make the finest AR ever produced for the consumer market, finest handgun ever produced in the consumer market. Just the quality is just a cut above the rest. Had an LE 6601 years back, and you'll know when you have a quality rifle like that. So those are just fantastic. So that's just straight up S tier. It's popular to hate on them, but their quality is undeniable. Alright, so High Point is up next. This is another one people love to rag on. You're in two camps. It's either the biggest piece of shit, or it's God tier, or it's somewhere in between. Well, really, it's polarized. Very polarizing with High Point. So yes, they are hilariously cheaply made. Lots of plastic, pretty much pot metal. Zinc alloy. They're inexpensive. They've got a bad reputation. Used in crime, popular Sunday night special or Saturday night special, whatever you want to call them. I totally get that line of reasoning. But despite how cheap they are, despite how ugly they are, unergonomic they are inexpensive and they are quite reliable. I'm not saying you should pick one over another, higher end brand, but they work. They go bang. In fact, they're more reliable than a couple of brands that I'm seeing on this list. You want it to go bang. It's not going to do it gracefully, but it'll go bang. And plus, the company is totally for the Second Amendment, for consumerism. They're pro-consumer. They don't mince meats. They know exactly what they are, and just for the company effort and the fact that they can give us something reliable and competent to the masses at working man's prices. I gotta give them an A tier. I gotta give them A tier. They're ugly, but they fucking work. Beretta. Beretta is what, the oldest active firearms manufacturer in the world, to my knowledge. Don't quote me on that. Again, they're known for the world-renowned shotguns. They pretty much make the Rolex of shotguns. They're absolutely phenomenal. Um, Beretta 92 is iconic, highly reliable. Though it's a bit dated design, it is a highly reliable, well-made semi-automatic pistol out of 92 FS. Chunky boy. They felt bigger than my Glock 21, but they just make great guns. Their shotguns are god tier. Their APX or polymer framed, other aren't particularly exciting, but again, they are well made. Just the long history, lineage, their quality and everything. I'm gonna have to give them A tier. Beretta knows how to make a gun. They do. They've been doing it for a long time too. Though I just don't see the particular appeal of their APX or their Storm versus other guns. They're just not appealing. But again, the quality and history and everything, they know how to build a gun. But their lineup isn't too exciting generally, and their price is a little bit high, so I'm going to have to put them in B tier. Solid, reliable gun, though, regardless at the end of the day. Walther, a little bit underrated. Their semi-auto pistols, a P99 PBX. I love the PBX, by the way. That was a pretty interesting gun when that was released. Again, exceptionally high quality. They're just underrated. Honestly, they're underrated. They're really well-made guns. They're not playing second fiddle to H&K or anything like that, but I have a lot of fun with Walthers. I had a PPX back in the day, and I got that for like $280 and didn't sacrifice on reliability or quality. Just was manufactured, machined, and designed in a way to be simple but not cheap materials. Their newer Walthers are just they're fantastic. But again, they don't make too many. They don't have a wide portfolio of products, so I'm probably gonna have to go with B. But if they had more variety, I'd straight up give them A. So B for now. Kimber. Kimber is not what they used to be. Kimbers were phenomenal pistols, phenomenal M1911s about 20 years ago. If I had to buy a Kimber, I would buy the oldest one possible, 1995, 99, 2000, whatever, older one. But they use cast MIM parts. Their price just doesn't reflect their quality. They are accurate guns, but they're very finicky. They have questionable material choices and designs in a pistol at that price point. Honestly, if Kimbers were $500, $600, $700, they would be worth it. But they're riding on the coattails of their name. They were a high-end, semi-custom manufacturer of pistols. Their magazines, though, I will say, are fantastic. If you buy a good 1911 and you want to get some good mags, Kimber mags, Kim mags, they're phenomenal. But that's just a magazine. Honestly, I'm gonna have to go with C tier. They've fallen from grace. They're not what they once were. Their quality has gone downhill. Not that they're an unreliable piece of crap, but they're not as reliable as they once were. They're not as well made. So they've gone down in quality and increased the price. They're not very appealing for me. So Kimber's solid C tier. Barrett Firearms. Not a whole lot to specifically say. Mainly known for their M95 or M107, Barrett 50 caliber 55 caliber rifles. They also do have some AR-esque platform rifles, really high quality, really high price, but not a whole lot of wide variety of products. Due to the price, they're kind of out of the realm of most people. Can't do them dirty and put them on C tier just because of that. Well, I kind of can, but the quality is amazing. But so I can't say that a quality brand goes in C tier, but they don't really have too many options. But they're a quality. I'm gonna have to put them in a solid B tier then. Keltec. No, let's not put Keltec C. Hold on. So Keltec, they kind of just throw crap at the wall and see what sticks. Earlier Keltec models, they were hit or miss. If you got a lemon, it'll never work right. But if you got one that works, it'll always work right. It'll always be by your side. Earlier, those nylon frame like P11 or whatever, I wouldn't trust personally. But the RDBs, they're older modern guns. The Keltec Sub 2000, quality control's definitely got better. Some questionable designs, but they're experimenting and they make affordable guns and everything. But they've definitely gotten better in the last year or so. Plus, a lot of them are really high regarded. I'm probably gonna have to put them in B tier as well. Henry, not a whole lot to say about him, honestly. Quality's definitely gone downhill. Kind of one-trick pony. They are beautiful guns. They got some higher end ones, I think. I'm gonna have to go with C tier on those ones. I can't tell who the hell that one is. EN. Does it say anything? Can't. Weatherby. I'll come back to that one. So, Weatherby. Um, no, hold on. So, with Weatherby, people say that the best ones are the German made ones. I kind of disagree. Obviously, you want a German one. Everyone wants the German made Weatherbys. But the Japanese ones are actually the physically superior quality ones, though it's hard to admit, but a nice German-made one. You'll know when you see Weatherby at a gun store. You have a nice glossy stock, beautiful deep blue finish. You'll know if you see Weatherby. They stand above your typical other, common brand bolt-action rifles. Plus, they have their own proprietary action, which you can get if you buy a caliber that they've actually designed, and they're just class. They're just class rifles. I don't have to go strip A tier. That's pretty much all they make is those bolt-action rifles, but they're great. Okay, so Norinco, Chinese conglomerate, kind of makes everything. Um, so let's see. So we're going to talk about primarily their guns, but they have many, 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 many products. So Norinco's been around forever. They produce AKs, they produce the Chinese SKSs, and their quality ranges from exceptionally poor to um, disturbingly high. Um, their Norinco AKs, the Mac 90s, those are probably some of the best AKs you can buy, period, and their price will reflect that. Um, Makarovs and Tokarevs, I forget if they make Makarovs, they probably do. Their Tokarevs are exceptional quality. You might know as the Black Star pistol. What is it? Not the Type 56, Type, whatever they call that one. It's Type something with a number on it. But their quality is all over the place, and honestly, I'm gonna have to give them A tier because if you find the right example, the right model, so the thing about Norinco too is that they have a really the machining and fit and finish is not very good, but the steel they used has got a great heat treatment and it holds together really well if you get the right gun. Mac 90s and the Tokarevs, and they even make a 1911 that's surprisingly good. Like so, don't count Norinco out in the military surplus. I can't say it's hit or miss. Most of their shit is good. You will get some duds now and then depending on the model, year production, and all that. But Norinco, you find the right example, Norinco makes some good shit. Rock Island Armory, RIA, have their own clever little designs and design language rather than just making clones of guns. Their entry level 1911s are fucking solid. People like to give them shit. Fit and finish might not be the highest, but they're reliable. They work. And it used to be, oh, you got to spend a solid $800,000, $900,000 on a $1,000 on a 1911. No, not really. Get an RIA. Get an RIA. Just straight up get a Rock Island Armory 1911 and send it. Reliable, simple enough. Working man's gun. I have nothing but good things to say about Rock Island Armory. Kind of a gun for everyone, so I'm gonna have to give them A tier just for that. Just for that. Bushmaster kind of just makes the AR patterns, AR-10s, and everything. Quality's kind of gone downhill. Not a whole lot to say about them. Pretty unassuming, honestly. I'm gonna have to go with C tier on that one. Bursa, Argentinian firemaker, make the Bursa Thunder and everything. Pretty decent little gun. Generally affordable lineup, but nothing exceptional. Not terrible made. Worth considering if you find one at a good price. There's a range show or something. Yeah, so I like them, and I don't recognize this one. What the hell is that one? Don't know that one. BCM. Yeah, they're totally pro Second Amendment and everything, which is weird to say, but some gun makers have some anti-consumer, anti-Second Amendment practices. So that's kind of a bonus point to mention. Primarily known for their AR uppers, bolt carrier groups, AR parts. They, of course, you can get through their entire assembled rifles. Their quality is just unmatched. I mean, when you build an AR, it's not going to take long for someone to recommend you a BCM bolt carrier group. Just send it. I believe the OEM for those is Toolcraft. Toolcraft was, at least up until a few years ago, could be mistaken, the primary OEM for bolt carrier groups for the military. Toolcraft makes an exceptional bolt carrier group. BCM uses them, but again, they have quality control and everything. They try not to let anyone go through the cracks. But 150 carpenter steel, shot peened, heat treated, blah blah blah, all the 9 yards. They're great for a reason. Just the sheer quality. If you're looking to build an AR and you want to rail a bolt, just for that alone, considering the AR is so popular and everything, I mean, they're quality. You can't go wrong with them. I'm probably going to go S tier just for their sheer quality, and plus their customer service is just great. Browning, the X-Bolt, other guns, kind of gone downhill. Again, nothing really stands out to me. Don't really stand out to me too much. With Browning, they don't really have that much to offer. I'm gonna put them in D tier because they don't have an exciting lineup. Um, they've kind of just gone onto the window and everything, and it's hard to really recommend a Browning over any particular other brand of gun. Um, that's about really all I can say. Canik, Turkish fire maker, kind of hit the market. I don't know, last 20, became popular last 20 years or so, 15 years. Um, Imported, I forget who imports them, but they were primarily known for their TP9. And there was a polymer framed pistol, like 3 magazines in a box, a holster, like custom fitted case, and they were like $300, $320 at the time, and they're just really, really good. Turkey makes pretty good guns in general, not just Canik, but if you look at other Turkish brands. If you look at TSAS, they make a bottom barrel price 1911, terrible fit and finish, rough edges, it goes bang every time. If you high point made a 1911, that would be it. It just works. So Turkish makes pretty good guns, though I have questions about supporting companies from that country. But overall, they're pretty high value. They stretched out in offerings, target models, compensated models, things like that. That's generally all they do, though. Um, Overall, they're a pretty damn good gun. I have to give them A tier on that one. Lots of value there, and just objectively good gun. Marlin, um, typical lever action gun maker. Their quality is still pretty solid, but most people are not going to be like, oh, I want to get. If you want a Marlin, you want a Marlin. But they're not really a totally mainstream gun brand. But they've got a long, rich history. Long, rich history. Um, then again, so is Henry. But that was the past. This is the future. This is the present. But I can't ignore that history. I'm gonna have to put them in B tier. Who the hell is that? These icons are so messed up. Zev Technologies don't really make guns. I mean, you could probably make a Zev Glock clone or custom, but they are some of the best in the business. Um, if you're into that sort of thing, personally, I'm not. I don't know why you got to add $2,000 to a gun when you take a soldering iron to it, and then use the words drop in and match grade in the same sentence. But they're fancy. They're used in race guns, and for that field, I'm gonna have to give them S tier, but only for the custom Glock market, not really as a fire maker. Otherwise, they'd be like a D tier or something like that. But if you're into custom Goosey Glocks and everything, Zev is God tier for that. Uh, Remington was a Freedom Group company. Tried putting out a pistol some years back. It blew. Their shotguns are good. Well, they're 870, but their quality's gone downhill. Freedom Group era. Honestly, I'm going to go C tier with that one. Ruger designs great firearms, well built. I'm gonna have to place them in S tier because they're affordable, they're well made, cool designs, very usable. I mean, you want a semi-automatic pistol on a budget, just keep your nightstand, protect you and your family. Dude, they got you. The Security 9 series. You want something a little bit more fun? You got the 5.7. Hell, you got the Ruger 1022, the old bread and butter. Get a 1022, you can't go wrong. The 1022 is probably the best 22 caliber firearm ever made, in my opinion. That's just a great gun. I mean, you got the LCPs. Rugers typically don't have a lot of issues. They work. They're just a working man's gun. Whether range, toy, home defense, they just got you. They just got you across the board. So just straight up a blue collar, everyday working man's gun, and they're god tier for that. Huge fan of Ruger. What the hell is that? I can't really see it. I'll come back to that one in a moment. Savage, very historical gun makers. A huge fan of the 99 300 Savage round. They make good guns. Long, long history too, and of course they have a subsidiary Stevens. I had some old Stevens guns. Admittedly, I'm a bit biased with them. Good American brand. Very nice lever guns. gonna have to go with A tier on that one. Steyr, Austrian brand, generally just known for their pistols, but they do have some other offerings, and they are really high quality. They're very underrated. They're very underrated. Don't ever sleep on Steyr. Um, I'm gonna have to put them in A tier. Taurus, my old friend. So the revolvers are good, but the semi-automatic pistols, while they've definitely improved, I can't recommend them over, say, something else. It's just hard to justify them. The revolvers, they're fine. Quality control, they say it's gone up. I'm not entirely convinced. They're not the biggest piece of dog shit out there, but if you look at a price of a Taurus pistol, especially older ones like the Millennium G2s and everything, I wouldn't trust them at all. Um, the reason why U.S. military or U.S. Police forces don't use them, and not many people in the world actually do use them. If you like yours, you like yours, but there, I wouldn't trust my life to a Taurus semi-automatic. And I've had some pretty shitty guns. I've had Larsons, I've had Phoenixes, I've had Jimenez's, Tauruses, right there with them. These things are just absolutely terrible. Um, if they make a good one, they make a good one, and I've had a couple of good ones. I've had the TCP Taurus compact pistol, fantastic little gun, but I'm gonna have to put them in D tier. Honestly, they're revolvers are decent. Revolvers are fine, but semi-automatics, they got to get their shit together. They got to get their shit together with the semi-automatic pistols, because you can say, oh, it's a new Taurus, mine works good, my buddy's works fine, even though he's got like 500 rounds through it. But get a used Glock, get a police trading Glock over a Taurus. Yeah, what would you rather get, a brand new Fiat or a used Toyota, a 92, used 92 Camry? We both know which one of those is going to last longer. If reliability is the name of the game, get a get something else. Taurus, they'll get good one day, but I don't trust them. Smith and Wesson, hmm. So, iconic fire maker, definitely known for their revolvers. It's the most iconic revolvers ever. Fun little fact: the Smith and Wesson revolver that was used in Dirty Harry was said to be the most powerful handgun in the world. Maybe at the time of the movie's filming, but at the time of the movie's release, that was no longer true. And he was purported to hold a Smith and Wesson Model 29 in 44 Magnum. The gun he was actually holding was a Model 27 in 41 Magnum. But regardless, they make the most powerful handgun and corresponding handgun cartridge production-wise in the world. There's semi-automatic specifically. There's a third gen Smith & Wesson Model 59, 4006. Their third gen are, again, if you see an old semi-automatic Smith & Wesson third gen, don't sleep on them. Do not sleep on them. They are fantastic. They've been used by law enforcement. They have a history. Their reliability, their accuracy is all well noted. Plus, their modern M&Ps, put a dent, took a bite out of the Glock market and other striker-fired, polymer-framed pistol market. And plus, they're expanding their offerings and everything. I'm gonna. SRA, it's a tough one. Their triggers sucked early on with their M&Ps, but they've improved that a little bit. I'm gonna put A tier. They're fantastic. I don't know those two, or there's that one. Man, they got some weird brands in here. But this is what I got, and so we're gonna go through them as best we can. Tikka. Really only known for one gun, the Tikka T3. Great rifles, but I can't really base an assessment. I'm just gonna assume that they're pretty good. Beef. I've had a Tikka T3, great rifle, but I can't. It's gonna put it right in the middle. I don't really know too much about them. Wilson Combat, one of the highest end M1911 manufacturers and custom shops there are. Um, they're god tier simply for their just raw reliability. Like pick up a Wilson Combat and then pick up a 2000 or pick up a Dan Wesson, pick up a Wilson Combat. You're gonna know where that extra $3,000 went. Straight up, Wilson Combat unrivaled virtually. Nighthawk is about the only other one that can really keep up with them, but Wilson is their god tier. I'm sorry, I don't know these ones. Damn. I'm trying to recognize that one. I don't know what that is. Springfield Armory. Not the historical one, the modern one. Um, they're trying. Reliability's just fine. Springfield Armory XDs, the Croatian HS2000 or whatever the hell they called it. Um, Infamous for their extractors breaking, cold heat treatment on their extractors and everything. Um, Not very popular design choices. Some people swear by them. I've had a couple of them. XDMs didn't get too much better. Prices were just way too high on them. They're kind of killing it with the Hellcat. Their ARs are decent. I'm gonna have to give them honestly a C tier. They kind of tarnished their reputation with the Springfield XDs and everything. But their AR, the Springfield Armory Saints are decent, but again, they don't make too many guns, so they need to work on some more original designs. Even though their Hellcat and everything is their own design. XDM was, but then the original XDs, I don't recommend the original XDs. XDM's meh, meh. Don't know that one. GSG, um, kind of just make like 22 kind of like Walther clones or Umrex clones. They're fun. I'm gonna give them a B tier for their fun factor. Gearsan, not a whole lot to say. They're honestly pretty boring. They don't make anything exceptionally good. I'm gonna have to give them D tier on that one. Glock, one trick pony, only makes semi-automatic pistols. But, well, I mean, they have a horse insemination business. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Glock has a horse insemination business. Go ahead and Google it. So yeah, they also make knives, entrenchment tools. They make other products, but generally as far as the consumer is concerned, they make semi-automatic pistols. That's what they do. They are the most reliable, consistent production semi-automatic pistol ever released. They're god tier for that. Ergonomics might be the best, controls might not be the best, but the reliability is unmatched. People have been trying to chase after them for years. They're god tier for that one. 70% of world's law enforcement, and possibly even higher, use them for that reason. So the reliability and track record and logistics is well understood with them. They're god tier. This one is Grand Power. Gimmicky, honestly D tier. Straight up. Straight up. Shoppa kind of make one gun, cool bitchin' revolver, but it's a one-trick pony. Gonna have to give him D tier. Quality's just fine on him though. Who the fuck is that? I don't know that one. I can't give it a ranking honestly. Mauser Historic, great bolt action rifles, honestly. So, original K98s and everything are great. Broom handles are great. Um, I'm gonna have to give them God tier for the simple fact that out of all bolt action rifles in production today, well, not all of them, but 99% of them, all mainstream ones anyway, basically use one of three, actions. They're either based on the Mosin Nagant action, or the Mauser action, or the Enfield action. But considering this is influenced Remington 700s and pretty much every other bolt gun out there, they're god tier. Mauser's knows how to build a, plus it's a strong action too, so coming to god tier for that one. Seiko, kind of just one thing bolt guns, but they are very high quality, especially for the price. I'm gonna have to give them A tier, honestly. Winchester, they don't really do much. I'm gonna have to give them. I'm not gonna have to give them D tier. Quality's okay on them, but they don't really make much. So that's generally gonna be my firearm tier. If you agree, disagree, let me know. But this is based on my experiences and everything. This is where I place these brands. If I find another tier list with other brands, I'll definitely do that one. Yeah, this is my list based on the gun brands. These are some weird ones. I mean, they had to throw in some oddballs, but I don't know what the hell that is. That's cut off logo. I don't know what that one is. I don't know what that one is. SAS, whatever. Well, that might be Benelli. Hold on. That might be Benelli. I'm gonna assume this is Benelli, guys. I'm gonna assume this one's Benelli that I got grabbed here. So they make a fine shotgun. That's pretty much all they do. And Italians no shotguns. Benelli Supernova is fucking great shotgun. Great shotgun. A bit more modern and usable than Beretta's. I'm gonna have to replace these probably in A tier as well. So yeah, that's gonna be my list right there. Any agreements, disagreements, let me know.